Welcome back to New News with your host Olivia Jane, where we discuss what the hell is going on across the world and how it affects the average person like you and me. In today's new news, World War III, unhappy meals at McDonald's, common sense wins the first gold at the Paralympics, and high-speed railway 2 continues to be a complete waste of our money. J-Lo and Ben Affleck have split again, but first, after years of banter and supposed bad blood, the Gallagher brothers are back together as OASIS, and they're planning a series of multi-million-pound gigs that fans are eagerly anticipating, assuming, of course, both brothers actually show up. While the reunion has everyone buzzing, there's a growing concern amongst fans about the ticket pricing. The big question on everyone's mind: will concert promoters gouge fans with the dynamic pricing, where the cost skyrockets based on demand, or will they actually treat fans fairly by pricing tickets according to seating and standing locations? Given the history of ticket pricing for major events, fans are understandably nervous about whether they'll even be able to afford to see their favourite band without breaking the bank. Increased media coverage on the Chernobyl disaster has sparked speculation about its timing and relevance in the context of the current global events. With Ukrainian forces steadily advancing towards Russian-controlled nuclear reactor, it's caused anxiety amongst the West. Western allies have reportedly suggested that Ukraine refrain from using the long-range missiles they've been given because escalating a conflict near a nuclear reactor could somehow be a bad idea. As always, the West is trying to walk the tightrope between helping Ukraine defend itself and avoiding a situation where everyone gets a front row seat to World War III. As the Paralympics kicked off, everyone was crossing their fingers for a smooth event, free from the drama that plagued the Olympics. But in true form, the International Paralympic Committee, IPC, couldn't resist stirring the pot by disqualifying athletes with tattoos. Was this a crackdown on offensive or extreme tattoos? No. They decided the iconic Olympic rings count as an advertising logo. So if a Paralympian wanted to celebrate their achievement by inking the rings on their skin, they'd be shown the door. As anyone who saw the able-bodied Olympians know, any athlete proudly flaunting their ring tattoos had no issues at all. So much for equality in the Olympics then. Why is it one rule for the Olympians and another rule for the Paralympians? There has been a happy ending. After realizing how ridiculous they looked, the IPC did a full 180 and decided to allow the tattoos after all. In Jelena news, which I wish could become a weekly segment, Hailey and Justin Bieber have welcomed to the world a beautiful baby boy named Jack Blues. Both mother and baby are happy and healthy. However, obviously, the world cannot just leave it at that. As soon as they welcomed baby Jack, rumours began to emerge that the couple were in deep financial trouble due to Hailey's ridiculous spendings, which does seem unlikely, as Hailey is the owner of the widely successful Rhode Beauty makeup and is married to Justin Bieber, who just sold his catalogue of iconic music for $200 million because he wants to step away from the Hollywood world. Needless to say, these rumours prove only one thing, that people hate on you no matter what, and not everyone wants you to be happy. I wish all the best to the clearly happy couple and the best of health to their baby. The other half of the old iconic couple is Selena Gomez, and she has been hinting that she is engaged. In a recently posted photo, she put an emoji covering her ring finger, and then followers saw that she started following a well-known wedding planner. She only follows 320 people, and the wedding planner is her most recent follow. Is this her way of telling us that she is engaged to long-term boyfriend Benny Blanco? You may know him from writing every hit song ever, getting high on social media a lot, and constantly bragging about how he bagged the iconic Selena Gomez herself. I hope everyone is thriving, and I wish everyone happiness, as all parties involved in Jelena have clearly moved on. So why can't we? Staying in La La Land and shocking absolutely no one, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez have filed for divorce. Again. What is shocking is that contrary to everyone on the internet believes, JLo might actually not be the problem. The news of the divorce just broke, and Affleck has already been seen with another, much younger woman. Her name is Kik Kennedy. Yes, those Kennedys. And lots of people are saying that she looks like a slightly younger version of Affleck's first wife, Jennifer Gardner. Aside from Matt Damon, lots of fans believe that Jennifer and Ben should have ended up together, as it seems that she's always been the one that just got away. Ben Affleck was never seen smiling around JLo. It became somewhat of a joke. Fans were quick to say that living with JLo must be so hard. And when her film came out, The Greatest Love Story Never Told, there were rumours that Ben didn't want it filmed at all and that he was embarrassed of her. However, footage in that documentary shows that Ben was spurring her on to finish the project, and that a particularly vulnerable scene where she reads out loud his love letters was in fact his idea to put in. Is this whole thing just another case of the public blaming women again and again for things that aren't their fault? Poor JLo has always said that she just wants to love and be loved. It's a shame that she tried it again with the serial cheater Ben Affleck. McDonald's customers are increasingly voicing their dissatisfaction with the fast food chain's shift to automated ordering system. What was once known for its speedy service has, according to many, slowed down to the point where grabbing a quick meal can now take the entire lunch hour. The introduction of the automated kiosks, while intended to streamline operations, has left some customers longing for the efficiency of human service. Complaints are not just limited to the speed of the service. Many customers are also reporting a decline in the food quality, attributing this to the company's focus on boosting profits rather than maintaining the fast food experience that made McDonald's a global giant. And they're not loving it. The history of the railways in Britain goes back almost 200 years to 1825. During the Victorian age, engineers and architects designed stations and trains with pen and paper that were functional as well as beautiful. 200 years on, with extraordinary advances in technology, you would expect that today's bureaucrats might be able to allow today's engineers and architects to build our railway network and trains with the same precision and ensure they are accessible for everyone. That passengers with mobility issues or those struggling with buggies, luggage or shopping would be able to look forward to getting off and onto new trains without difficulty. Say hello again to the continuing HS2 saga, a modern marvel in Great British mismanagement. The new trains for this highly anticipated railway line have been engineered so precisely that they don't fit the platform. Yes, the height difference is such that without another £200 million worth of modifications, adding steps to every doorway, nobody will be able to use them safely. Apparently, the basics of measuring height escaped the brilliant minds behind this project connecting London to Birmingham. You know, right next to the track that already connects London to Birmingham. As Keir Starmer prepares to take more of our money with painful budget measures to address the nation's financial challenges, including higher taxes for most workers, he must be reflecting on the irony of this current financial headaches, especially considering that his own party set the wheels in motion for the HS2 project back in 2010, and the UK taxpayer picking up a £32 billion price tag, which today easily exceeds £100 billion. 16-year-olds up and down the country have been receiving their GCSE results, marking a significant milestone in their education, especially considering the disruptions caused by the pandemic. Despite their resilience, data reveals a persistent north-south divide, with students in London and the south generally performing better than those in the north. This trend raises concerns about a potential learning gap that may need further investigation and targeted support. With the UK curriculum increasingly failing to meet the needs of many students, possible evidence that our teaching methods may be outdated. The persistent learning gap suggests that traditional approaches are not adequately preparing students for challenges of the modern world. As we see more students struggling with crucial subjects like English and maths, is it time to consider whether our educational system is truly fit for purpose? It's now the time to modernize our teaching methods, make them more inclusive, adaptable, and relevant to the diverse needs of today's learners and the wider world. Finally, good news this week for Charlie, the last elephant in South Africa's National Zoo. After 40 years in captivity, he is finally gaining his freedom and being released back into the wild. Charlie was captured in Zimbabwe in 1984 when he was 2 years old. He was taken to South Africa where he was trained to perform tricks and appeared in a circus. Around 24 years ago, he was transferred to the zoo and has been there ever since. Animal welfare groups have been concerned for the elephant's health, and now their campaigning has finally paid off. Charlie will now live in a 10,000 hectare reserve, which has a thriving elephant population. Good luck to Charlie as he starts his well-earned retirement. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of The New News. If there's any subjects you would like us to cover in next week's episode, make sure to leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe. See you next week. Bye!